Hi, Scott here with 802 Outdoor Adventures. Me and Rick are back up on the river today. We might get joined by some others, but right now it's just me and Rick. I actually have a plan for today's video. What I'm going to do is, we're in a pretty decent spot here, so I'm going to classify 10 5-gallon pails. And I'm going to do a clean out. I'm going to run them through the bazooka. I got it set up over there. I'm going to do a clean out after every one, and then all I'm going to do is pan it down, get rid of the lighter stuff, and then I'm going to throw it off into one of my little ice cream containers. I got 10 different containers. I've got them all numbered so I know which one's which. Then we'll bring it home and we're going to weigh out each one at a time and see how much gold we get. What I'm doing is then I'm going to do the math, and we'll figure out how many ounces of gold per 100 could possibly come out of this area. It's not very big, you know, so we aren't gonna, we'll never set any gold records, but just be fun to know how much gold is concentrated in this area. So that's the goal today, and let's get at it. 10 buckets for me is going to be quite a feat. I've got my 8-gallon pail marked off at the 5-gallon mark, so let's get started on this. And I'm not gonna pan it down really far, because I don't really want to know until I get home and process everything how much gold I'm getting. So this may be a big fat buster. It may be kind of a fun experiment. So here we go. We're off and running. Dick, that's great. Rick's already digging. And I better get moving. Got a long day, I think. So stay tuned. Hey, one thing I forgot to show you is Rick's running his 3-foot sniper from Bazooka, and he put a mat in, a V mat, and by golly, it caught a piece of gold. Kind of nice to have the indicator there. I think I did the same thing to mine, so let's go back up. I don't have anything like that in mine, but I had some microns in there. Let's see if we can't. Oh, there's that rock I think Rick was talking about in the bottom. He's got a good hole going there. Yeah, so that's the V-mat. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a little tiny piece right there. That's all I see so far. I didn't expect a whole lot out of this bucket, but it's just mostly stuff off the top. I imagine for the first couple of buckets, I'm trying to open up our hole here, so we have a little more room to dig. Probably not a good idea given the experiment I'm running. But that was one bucket. I'm gonna pull this thing and clean it out, and we'll keep going. It's taken me about 20 minutes to classify and then run a bucket through here, and it'll probably be half an hour as I stop and take a video. And oh, I don't know, there might be, I don't know if that's a piece of gold way over there on the edge or not. I doubt it. I'm sure the edges will catch stuff, but yeah, that's definitely a piece of gold in the center. Just a little guy. I might tip the nose up just a hair more when I put it back, just to slow that flow down a little and see if I can't catch some of the smaller pieces. I think that's going to work. Well, let me get this stuff out of here and I'll be back. Okay, I see gold. That's as much as I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna dump this off into container number 1, and let's get back to classifying. Well, there's still gold there. There's a few specks here and there. I washed a bunch down. I'm doing these quick. I don't really care, or I do care, but I'm not gonna really do a good count until, like I said, I get home, and we'll process each container and weigh it up separate and see what we get. All right, number 2. All right, so I lifted the nose on it a little bit and slowed my flow down. Look at that. Got some color in there this time. Oh, yeah, much better. This is bucket number 3. I think I've only been digging for about 40. Well, it's been an hour. So 3 buckets an hour. That's good. We'll be, if I can keep this pace up, we'll be doing pretty good. Might be able to do more than 10, but I think I got a couple more containers in the truck. We'll consolidate the last ones. I actually want to cross section this way, but not while I'm doing this. I'm sort of digging back to where I was the last time I was here, but I also want to uncover more this way. So I'm kind of bouncing around in here a little bit, trying to run this material. So get this down. You know, Rick is digging the lower stuff up through, and I'd like to get some more of this moved out of the way. So that's the plan. We're gonna keep going. Rick's doing a clean out, so I'm gonna go over and take a little peek at what he's got going on. One here and see what Rick's got going on. There's a piece.
That's piece number 1.
Rick's on the board.
Okay, I'll go back there and the rest of this and see what's in it.
All right, while he does that, I'm gonna take a quick break and then we'll be back. Okay, so I changed up my process a little bit. As you can see, I got a new toy. So currently I am running container number 7, and I've been working at tuning this thing in a little bit, and I'm almost already through the container. This is a little bit faster than, well, it's quite a bit faster than just dumping this stuff onto the gold table. I'm going to have to use that anyways, because I don't know if you can see, but I didn't classify this, and you can see that one of the bigger pebbles, that one down the hatch, there's another one. So it's allowing the bigger pebbles into the container that's on the back side. If you're not familiar with one of these things, this is a Desert Fox gold wheel, and that hole right there runs into a little container right there. So that collects, I don't know if you can see that in there, but that collects the gold, and right now it's collecting a few pebbles, which I don't mind. But this, and I don't have to sit there and keep brushing material. This will just keep running material off the edge, and it takes probably 20 minutes. I can walk away and come back, and this thing will be done, and all my gold will be in that little container. So, and then I just dump that on the table. The bigger, heavier, or the bigger black sand is easily moved away on the gold table, and this process is a whole bunch faster. So I'm going to put the camera down, feed that the last little bit of dirt I have, and then we'll go over to the gold table and check it out. So this is the little container, and let's see what this thing caught. So as you can see, the gold is in there, and these bigger rocks, it's very easy to just scrub those out of the way. So let me go do that, and I will get this stuff snuffered up, and we'll get it drying and get it weighed up and see what we have. Alright, quite seriously, that wasn't even 3 minutes, I don't think, to just brush those rocks away and leave that little bit of gold. So this process is way faster than what I was doing before, but that was just temporary. I've got kind of a mad scientist lab going here. Everything's a doggone mess right now, but I got the dry magnetic separator, which I'm going to use later. I have the gold cube, which I'd like to fire that up at some point, but right now I'm using that wheel, and that thing's working. It's phenomenal. I can't even believe I haven't bought one of these earlier. And I got one heck of a mess going down here, because I think I said before, we're in the middle of sort of reorganizing, doing a little remodeling upstairs. So things are a bit of a mess, but here we are. I'm going to snuffer that up, we'll get it drying, and we'll get it weighed. That's number 7. All right, here's bucket number 2. Oh boy, 0.020. Hey, we got some weighable gold. All right, 0.15. All right, so there we go. That's bucket number 2. I saw 0.20. That's what we're going to do. We're going to call it 0.20. All right, I got bucket number 3 coming up. Okay, clean out number 3. Oh, all right, 0.30. Hey, we're getting better. 0.30, perfect. And that one didn't register either. That was number 4. So, number 4. No weight. Boy, we're not doing so well. Alright, number 5. .025. Hey, I'll find another weighable one. Alright, number 5. Well, there you go, number 7. .035. Number 7. Well, number 8 wasn't so good. Big fat bust. There's a little bit of gold in there, but nothing that would register on the scale. Oh well, this experiment's not turning out to be very good if you ask me, but hey, it's the way it is. And to top it all off, I've been collecting all this stuff into one vial to do a final weigh-in, so my numbers will see if my numbers add up, and I dumped one of these off into another vial by accident. So I'm going to be off a little bit at the end, but good thing I've recorded all these weigh-ins. So alright, no weight there. I'll dump a few flakes off there. Number 9 is right there in the pile, and I'm going to get number 10 rolling here. Alright, this is number 9. .015. Well, at least that's weighable. Just went to 0.20. .020 we'll call it. Alright. Number 9. Number 10's all processed up. I just gotta dry it out and weigh it. Okay, here is number 10. Ah, nice. .045. Number 10, 045. And now here's all 10 buckets except for that one. .180. And I'll have to do the math on the other one, so I'm going to call it .180. So the whole point of this video was to compare what we get out of the river to what those folks on that famous show on TV get. And unfortunately, the results weren't as good as I had hoped. The week before, we tested that section of the river and got some really good pans. Unfortunately, I dug probably in the wrong direction from where the pay streak was. In that river, the pay streak runs fairly straight, and if you can get in that line and stay in it, you're on some pretty good gold. With that being said, let's look at the numbers. I'll print them up here on the screen, and we can see what we did with my fuzzy math. So hear me out on this. Those 10 buckets equal 0.175 grams if you add them all up for 10 buckets. Now, assuming that there's 40 buckets in a yard, which is what I did, multiply that times 4, because we've already got 10 buckets, so times 4 is 0.7 grams. And then if you multiply that times 100, which is what they look for, an ounce per 100, that gives you 70 grams. And then you divide that by 30, which is the round number I used for grams per ounce, and that brings you to 2.3. So 2.3, if my math is right, ounces per 100 yards is good ground. So I think despite going the wrong way in the brook, I think my numbers could have been a lot better, but that's not too bad. So my math is wrong. Let me know in the comments. I just used some whole numbers. I know that they're not exact, but that's what we got. 2.3 ounces per 100 yards. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of fun to make. And we'll catch you on the next one. See you. Bye.